Indonesian Girl Muslim Debate Live on Air Part 3. Hello friends and family, welcome to the Holy Scripture Christ is Lord. This is another reaction video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let us watch and have some fun. This video is only for educational purposes. Hope you learned something from it.
Teman-teman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sis Sophia. May I ask something to Brother CP?
Go ahead.
Ya.
Bapak
Muslim?
I've heard about
Bapak Muslim?
Muhammad being sodomized when he was a child. Is that true?
You see, I am not the same as the Muslim, so I cannot confirm something by lying or something I cannot prove. I'm not a Muslim. So it can be true, but we know that Muhammad, when his cousin came to see him and his brother-in-law, he said, Amma ibn ammi faqad hataka ardi. So we do not know if he raped him when he was a kid or when he was an adult. Amma ibn ammi, I can find it and put it in the screen. So I cannot confirm when this has happened, you know, but it confirmed that Muhammad, he said that. Ibn Ammi hataka ardi. Hatkul ard in Arabic mean like you rape a woman from the family or you rape the man himself. But he was speaking about himself, and Muhammad, he have no children. Muhammad have 0 children. The Muslim, they say that Muhammad have 4 daughters. That's false, you know. So Amma ibn Ammi faqad hataka ardi. Let me get you the reference.
Is that when Muhammad has been raped?
But this is what it's meant in Arabic. Hatkul ard, you know, either you rape the daughter of a person or you are raping the person. So either the Muslim, they have to admit that this man, he raped Muhammad's daughter, or they rape Muhammad himself. You know, on other hand, I cannot confirm. I'm not a Muslim who fabricates stories, say, oh yeah, they rape him. I don't know. This is what we have, and as you see, when we say something, we give a reference. We do not make things up. So here it says, لا حاجة لي فيهما أما ابن عمي فهتك عرضي وأما ابن عمتي وصهري فهو الذي قال بمكة ما قال. So my cousin, the cousin of my uncle, the son of my uncle, he is the one who raped me or my, we don't know what, you know, hataka ardi, he rape him or rape his daughter. And we challenge the Muslim to say, to agree in either one of them, you know, because if they agree with Muhammad, his daughter being raped by his cousin, that is a disaster. If they agree that Muhammad being raped by his cousin, that is a bigger disaster. And this can be found, let me give you the reference, in the book of As-Sirah Nabawiyya, Ibn Hisham, and volume, let me put it on the screen so everybody can see. I was looking for it. Volume number 2, page number 401, As-Sirah Nabawiyya, Ibn Hisham. And here it says, when his cousins, they came to him.
Your screen,
you don't see it? I can give you the link. You want to give you the link?
No, you don't. Yeah, but you don't put it on the screen on YouTube. Okay.
It's going to show.
I can see that.
Amma ibn ammi, here it says, Amma ibn ammi fahataka ardi. I'm going to use Google Translation in the page here, so we can see where the translation will come. All right. So we go up. Here we go. This is biography of the Prophet Ibn Hisham, and this is volume number 2, page number 410, and this is what it says. So when his cousin, look here, it says in the English, my cousin, you disgraced my honor. This is Google translation, which is not accurate. All right. In Arabic, hatkul ard is to rape somebody, not to just to dishonor, you know. So we when we say something, we are not the same as the Muslim. We say, oh, go and watch a video of a rabbi. This is stupid. You give me a reference. You are debating me. Either you bring the rabbi to call me and get me busted, and let us see who is going to win. People will die laughing. Or shame on you to take even a rabbi against your God. Your God, he says, the Jews, they worship a man. Your God, he says, the Jew, they worship a son of God. Your God, he says, the Jew, they even took their monks and their rabbis as gods. And then you are saying to me, the rabbi, he says, we worship the same God.
Okay. So it doesn't say, jadi nggak dikatakan
Not
Muhammad
only
itu
that, hold on.
diperkosanya kapan ya?
Not only that, I want to stop here. You know, the Quran says that the Jews and the Christians, they say, we are the children of Allah. Do this rabbi believe he is a children of Allah? This is your Quran, not my book. You know, chapter 3, verse number 61. Oh, say this is the wrong verse. Let me go to the. Yeah, actually here, chapter 3, verse number 61. Muhammad, he could not debate the Christians, so he asked them to a cursing party. Cursing party.
Muhabala.
Yeah, mubahala. You know, this is
Okay.
in chapter 5, verse number 18. It says the Jews and the Christian, they say, we are the children of God. What the stupid Muhammad, he said to them as an answer, well, you are a human. But what? He said, you are just a human. How you can be child of God? Which means Muhammad don't even understand what the Jews believe and what the Christian believe. So if you're a prophet, don't understand what a child of God mean, how you will understand what the Jews believe?
Okay, yeah, that's true. Ya, jadi tadi dikatakan tadi ketika melihat apakah Muhammad itu disodomi ya pada waktu kecil, Sipi mengatakan dia tidak tahu dengan jelas, tetapi hadisnya mengatakan dia diperkosa ya. Apakah Muhammad yang diperkosa, apakah anak yang diperkosa juga nggak jelas di dalam ayat itu, tapi kata-katanya jelas diperkosa. Jadi sepupunya itu memperkosa siapa kita nggak tahu. Apakah waktu kecil apa sudah dewasa juga nggak tahu. Tapi tadi hadisnya ditunjukkan. Nanti kalau ada yang mau linknya boleh dikasih tadi Isra ibn Hisham ya. Sirah Nabawiyah Ibn Hisham halaman 101 volume yang kedua. Nah, juga nih kalau dikatakan apakah menyembah Allah yang sama orang Yahudi? Nggak sama ya, karena orang Yahudi di dalam Quran dikatakan mereka berkata kami ini anak-anak Allah dan kekasih-kekasihnya. Tapi Muhammad mengatakan kamu ini cuma manusia. Jadi Muhammad itu tidak tahu terminologi anak-anak Allah ya di dalam Alkitab kita, baik bagi orang Yahudi maupun orang Kristen. Jadi bagaimana mungkin Muhammad ini bisa paham, sedangkan istilah anak Allah saja Muhammad nggak paham. Gitu. Oke, ada lagi Pak yang mau ditanyakan? Any other question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's enough. Oke, Pak pengguna tamu. Halo. I think that's... Udah cukup Pak? Pak?
Later, before CP says that Muhammad had no children. So if it must be Muhammad himself that are
but you say,
sodomized.
yeah, but I cannot confirm if this has happened when he was a child or happened when he is adult. I cannot confirm anything of that. I can, you see, for me, I just can place the reference and say this is what he said. So if the Muslim, they want to come with a story to explain to me what happened, good luck, you know. Yeah, the Quran confirmed that Muhammad, he cannot have kids. He cannot, you know. So when the Muslim, they say Muhammad, he married Khadija, and Khadija, she married 2 husbands before Muhammad, and she have a bunch of kids already. And Khadija, an old woman, she cannot have kids when you marry an old woman. So Fatima, she was the youngest between them. And then the Shia, they say, Fatima is the only daughter of Muhammad. And this is why he take care of her more. The fact, no. Because she was a person who grew as a child in his present, so she is considered as his daughter, but she is not his daughter. Muhammad is an impotent man. He cannot have kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
children of Khadija is not the children of Muhammad.
Happened. So the accident was truly happened. Is that what you mean, CP?
Say again, what?
the accident, the sodomites was truly happened.
Based on the
But
story,
you
something
don't.
happened. I don't know what happened exactly. Based on the story, it's obviously it's
Okay.
something happened, and this is what Muhammad said. So now we need to ask Muhammad. If you go in chapter 1:8, it says, I don't know what it says in the Indonesian translation, but the people make fun of Muhammad that he can have kids. Muhammad cannot have kids. They call him
Oh,
they
yeah,
call him
yeah, yeah.
abtar. Abtar mean either he don't have a private part, which is something they used to do to the slave. Yeah, you used to do the slave that they used to, actually the cousin of what her name married a Copt. When Omar he went to kill him because people they said that he is sleeping with Mary the Copt and he is the one who made her deliver a child. They went there to kill him, and then the guy he exposed his private part. He showed him he have none. So how he can make her have a child? But obviously this is not Muhammad too, because the Quran saying chapter 1:8 verse number 1, 2, 3 that a man he was making fun of Muhammad that he is impotent and he cannot have children. And here you notice that the God of Islam, instead of making Muhammad have 10 kids, he did what? He says, the one who is saying to you, you are cut off, he is cut off. What the heck? What about you make him have 10 kids?
Yeah.
So they can shut up.
So
Obviously,
the
it's the
whole
word of
thing is
Muhammad.
fabricated.
Yeah, he fabricated verses. Not God who said that.
Even
it's
the
Muhammad
Quran
himself.
said, the Quran, there's a verse says that Muhammad was not the father of any of your men. So the Muslim, they will say, oh, say
I've
it's
heard
talking
that.
about men, he don't have children. That's false. Because when the Muslim, they say Muhammad, he have little boys, and those boys will grow up one day. And why Allah saying he was not the father of any of your men? Because Muhammad is sure he cannot have kids. And even when they accuse his wife with the story of al-ifk, which means the lie, that she is sleeping around, what happened? Muhammad, he waited more than 4 weeks in order to do what? To make a verse saying, Aisha, Allah, he told him Aisha, she did not do that. But why Muhammad he waited? He was afraid that after she slept with Safwan, she will get a pregnant, and then if he say that she did not do that, he will be exposed because everyone knows he cannot have children. So this is why, otherwise, shouldn't the Muslim tell us why Allah he waited for a month to give us a verse, and everybody in town is speaking about the honor of Aisha?
Yeah.
I see.
Makes sense.
Do Allah need witnesses? No. Do Allah need proofs? No. So he can make a verse says those who they are saying that, they are liars. But what Allah he said to them, it used to be required 2 witnesses.
Yeah.
And now he make it 4
adultery.
witnesses. Chapter 24 verse number 13, it says, لو جاءوا بأربعة جاءوا عليه بأربعة شهداء فإذا لم يأتوا بالشهداء فأولئك عند الله هم الكاذبون. So if they bring 4 witnesses, they are telling the truth. If they don't have 4 witnesses, they are liars. But now Muhammad, he investigated the story very well, and he knew there is only 3 witnesses. Only. So he made the Quran, made the verse says 4 witnesses. If there are 4, he will make it 5. If there are 5, he will make it 10.
So Muhammad made the first for Aisha and Safwan adultery in the case of they accused Aisha have adultery with this man
Safwan,
right?
Safwan. So
Muhammad made the first.
He made this verse. But not only that, you see, the God of Islam, he proved to us again he is false. Why? Because the God of Islam, when he make it 4 witnesses to prove a point, and he is the God is talking, why you need 4 witnesses? Aren't you Allah? You are Allah. Just tell them she did not do anything. And in the same time, How we can prove adultery now? 4 witnesses, and they have to see the act,
yes, yes,
not
yeah.
only a naked man and naked women. They have to say, I don't want to be rude, you are like my sister. He says you have to see the private part of the man getting in and out. There's a story of 3 witnesses, or I think 4 witnesses actually. They saw
Yeah,
they saw the act,
Nisha.
but they did not see the private part getting in and out. So Muhammad, he did beat them. You know, one of them, he said, I saw his legs. He's not talking about Aisha now, talking about different case. I saw his legs around her. I saw her legs around his head, like the ears of a donkey, and she was shaking. Muhammad did beat him because this is not a proof that they are having sex.
Is there in the hadith or in
Yeah,
the
this is the
Sahih
hadith.
Bukhari
Yeah, this is
or-
in the hadith. I don't know why your
Oh,
voice
okay.
is become so deep.
Become deep?
Yeah, become like muffled. You know,
What is that?
like which mean like there is not clear.
Not clear.
Yeah,
Is that clear right now?
I know for
Very
some
clear?
reason. Let me see. It changed.
Oh, let me change my headset. Okay.
Talk now.
Let me change my headset.
Yeah, it was better before. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, maybe the battery is.
Yeah. So those guys, they came and they are witnesses, and even though they saw the man in the top of the women having sex, still he did beat the hell of them because according to Muhammad, they have no proof. How in the world that work? All of this because of Aisha.
Mm.
And why 4 witnesses? In Islam, you can take somebody to cut his head for 2 witnesses. 2 witnesses. Capital punishment need 2 witnesses, not 4. How come this one 4? If it is better to have 4 witnesses, then make it 4 witnesses for everything. If it's better 10, make
Okay.
it 10.
Iya, ya. Jadi ada satu kasus di mana Aisyah itu dituduh berselingkuh dengan Afwan ya. Kemudian Muhammad menyelidiki bahwa cuma ada 3 saksi di situ. Jadi dia menggunakan ayat Quran yang mengatakan bahwa dalam kasus berzina itu harus ada 4 orang saksi, teman-teman. Dan bukan hanya itu, 4 orang saksi ini harus melihat mereka itu berhubungan. Jadi alat kelamin laki-lakinya itu harus dilihat masuk ke dalam alat kelamin perempuan. Dan di dalam hadis itu bahkan dikatakan juga ya ada satu kasus di mana ada para saksi tapi tidak melihat alat kelamin laki-laki itu masuk ke perempuan, jadi nggak bisa dituduh berzina, teman-teman. Dan Muhammad memukul mereka, ini ada di dalam hadis ya. Jadi sangat sangat lucu ya. Jadi Aisyah itu pernah dituduh berselingkuh ya. Okay, I think that's enough. Any other question, brother?
If you have, and no problem. Do you have more? If you have a Abdul,
We have
he's a
30
brave.
people.
If you have a Abdul,
Okay,
you know,
are there any Abdul?
but he is.
Okay.
But I want a mature Abdul, not a kid, you know. And if he is going to argue without giving us a proof of what he's saying, then there's no point, you know. Just let him go. But if he have a proof of what he's saying, and remember, the Muslims, when they say that the Jews, they worship the same God of Muhammad, you have to give me a proof. Don't give me a rabbi say so. I can give you a Christian guy saying so, but that does not make him a Christian. That make him a hypocrite, stupid liar. So when you say something, Muslims, learn. You don't debate people by giving a video of somebody saying that. Zakir Naik, he said that there's a video, it's called The Concept of God, Islam and Hinduism. Go watch it. And he said that the scriptures in the Hindu is speaking about Allah. So the Hindus who worship 35 million God, their God is Allah, according to Zakir Naik. Who want to believe in that? If you believe in it, that means you are mentally ill.
Okay. Yeah, there are like 30 people here. Ada lagi yang mau bertanya, silakan teman-teman. Next ya. Buka mic-nya kalau mau bertanya, silakan. Halo. Iya, silakan. Teman-teman ada yang mau bertanya lagi? So why are you guys here? There are 30 people here.
Yeah. Well,
Silakan, Pak.
Everybody silent.
just enough to
Yeah, everybody's
give them, you know, there's no need to, like, you know, I mean, let the person make his argument, and then he should let the mic go. If you don't want, just hang up on him, so we can take the second one.
Oke, silakan. Next, yang lain ada yang mau bertanya ke Christian Prince? Buka mic-nya. Halo. Oke, kalau nggak ada, CP is maybe tired right now. It's already night at this time. Okay, maybe we just end up here, brother.
All right, no
Like, you
problem.
know,
It's up to you. All right. Well,
yeah, almost 5 hours.
and again, I invite all the Muslims in Indonesia, especially the ustaz, call me and debate me, but don't be stupid and give me a video of somebody saying something. Here we debate evidence. We don't bring me a guy said so. Here we speak God says so, prophet says so, not an idiot in a YouTube. When I say something, I prove it, I put it in the screen. I don't say I am saying so. I say your prophet says so, your God says so, your hadith says so. So if you want to be a man, don't act like a child. Bring me a video. I can give you now. What if what if the highest person in Indonesia as a church, he said we have the same God. That means nothing. Still, this is a lie, because we have the book. We don't follow the man. We don't worship the man, the priest. We follow Jesus. Jesus is our God. It is not the priest. It is not a rabbi.
Amen.
And not only that, the Quran lied and said that the Christians and the Jews, they took their monks and rabbis as God instead of Allah and the Messiah. Instead of what? Allah and the Messiah. Which means that Muhammad, he just get himself busted, that rabbis, they should worship the Messiah, Muslims, they should worship the Messiah, Christian, they should worship the Messiah, instead of the Messiah, min dunillahi wal Masih. I mean, how crazy this man Muhammad is. In the same time, just a question for the Muslim to think of it. Chapter 5, verse number 72, it says that the Christian, they say that the Messiah is Allah. Can you find me one Christian he's saying the Messiah is Allah? Never. Never. Because let us say the word Allah here, the Muhammad is being stupid, he is using as God. But no, he is not saying that. Allah is a name of God. So if the Messiah is Allah, if the Christian they say that, who is the second one in the Trinity and who is the third one? Because already we eliminated two, we made them one. The Messiah is Allah. So how you Muslim, you say that we Christian believe in the Trinity, and yes, we believe in Trinity, and yet you're silly God saying that the Christian believe the Messiah is Allah. He is not the son of Allah in this verse saying he is Allah. Muhammad in one verse says that the Christian, they worship the Messiah, they say he is the son of Allah, and now he is saying he is Allah. You can't be both. You cannot be both. The Christian don't believe that the Messiah is the Father. We don't. The Father is the Father, the Messiah is the Messiah. So if the Messiah is the Father according to Muhammad, so where is the Trinity? And what is the problem? But the Quran itself in different verses says that the Christian, they say, not only that chapter 5, verse number 72, it says the Christian, they say the Messiah is Allah. Verse number 73 says, don't say three. Don't say Allah is one of three. Hey Muslims, if the Messiah is Allah, who is the second and who is the third? Are you getting my point? My point, Sophia?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because if the Messiah now is Allah, so now we have two is gone from the Trinity because they become one. The Messiah is Allah. Okay, wonderful. Now, number 73, it says They are kuffar, those who say that Allah is one of three. And I challenge the Muslim now to tell us who is the three, because now Allah and the Messiah is one. That means the second and the third, they cannot be neither Allah, they cannot be the Messiah.
Yeah, I get your point.
Not only that, Muhammad, he get more poo-poo in the same chapter, chapter 5, verse number 75. He said the Messiah and his mother, the Messiah, he died, and all the messengers, they died. But the Muslims, they say the Messiah never died. It says in Arabic, وَمَا الْمَسِيحُ ابْنُ مَرْيَمْ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ قَدْ خَلَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِهِ الرُّسُلُ. Khalat mean they pass away. All the messengers before him, they pass away, right? And his mother, she was a good woman, and both of them, they eat food. So Allah now is inserting Mary as part of the Trinity, and this is why he asked Jesus later, did you say to your follower to worship me and my mother? But there's no Christian worship Mary, and she is not part of the Trinity. So now we got the Messiah is Allah, Mary is a second person. Who is a third person? The Quran is a book of failure. And not only that, the God of Islam, he insults Jesus. He says, say, do you worship the one who cannot be useful or harmful? Don't say that Jesus, he can make the blind see. Isn't it the Quran says that Jesus, he can heal the leper? Isn't it the Quran says that Jesus can create from the mother bird? So how he is not useful? And that means he is a creator. He creates from the mother bird. And then if we go back a little bit, it says here, Allah wanted to prove that Jesus and his mother, they are not God, by saying what? They don't eat food. Well, guess what? The angels don't eat food. That means they are God too. The angels in Islam, they don't eat food. So if a person, he eat food, that will not make him God. That means angels are not like anyone. They are God because they don't eat food. So, and the Messiah, he fasted for 40 days. He will go ahead and eat food. 40 days. Who can fast 40 days without food? Nobody. The Muslim, they fast few hours and they sleep. They spend the whole night watching TV, eating, and then in daytime they sleep, and then they wake up afternoon and they say, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, I cannot. 40 days. And if God cannot be God because he ate food, that means God cannot be God too, because God, he can do anything. Are you saying to me, Muslims, that Allah cannot eat food? If you say so, that means Allah is limited. And the same time, the Quran says that how can Allah have a son when he don't have a girlfriend? That means that Allah himself, he is questioning his ability. How can I have a son when I don't have a girlfriend? Guess what? The God of the Christians do not need a girlfriend in order to have a son. And this is giving us a clear proof that Allah cannot be God. He is a man like us. He needs a girlfriend in order to produce a son. He cannot have a son without a woman. My God, he did not marry Mary. He did not have sexual relationship with Mary. And even in the study Quran, Mary is a virgin. And now we ask ourselves, why the stupid Muhammad, he says, how Allah can have a son when he don't have a girlfriend? Isn't it him who agreed that Mary, she was a virgin?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So if he cannot, if Allah cannot have a son without a girlfriend, then the God of Mary, he cannot do that too.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm asking the Muslims.
Yeah, and not only that, you see, I don't know, in the Indonesian translation, does it say how can he? Does it say that? How can he?
Yeah, how can he?
See, the second you say how can he, it means he's not God, because the Almighty, he can. Nothing is
Yeah.
impossible for God. The second we say, how can he? And who is the one saying that? This is not a hadith. This is Allah himself saying, how can he? So Allah questioning his ability. How can I do that? This is a stupid language, and this is showing us the weakness of the one who made the Quran. He is just being a fool, because he should be say, well, Allah can have a son. But you know what? I don't have a son, and that's it. But he is saying, how can he? And he is giving us the reason without having a girlfriend. And as long as we mention this before we finish, Allah, he said in different verse, if we would like to take a woman, lahu,
yeah.
we will take her from ourselves.
Yeah. From
As
the
a
angel,
partner.
the
So if Allah is not a man and he is not a female, which the Quran keeps saying, we just showed you the verse saying sahiba, so Allah is the male. Allah, he said,
Allah is the male.
how I can have a
Allah
son
has
without
a
having a
girlfriend.
girlfriend? So he must be a male. He have a male member. And the same time, chapter 21 verse number 17 says that if we would like to take a woman, we will take her or a partner from ourselves. That's mean the kind of Allah is the kind of ourself, which is what we go to the seer, we find it's the virgins, the black-eyed women, or the angels. So Allah is going to marry a woman. So he, you know, the Muslim now, they will say, he is saying, if, who care? You know, if I say to you, if I want to marry, I will marry, let us say, from Africa. That's mean Africa exists, and the women exist there, right? So if I say, if I want to have a woman, I will have it from us, that mean me is one of us, and she is one of us too. So we are the same. We don't say us if we are if I am a man and I have a bunch of dogs behind me. I don't say us. I say us about the same kind. Actually, in Arabic it says ladunna, my kind, my kind. So if we want to take, we will take it from my kind. As what? As a partner.
As a partner, yeah.
So the Muslim now, they cannot say, oh, Allah saying we as usual, he is a majestic, because now he's talking about us as a partner, you know. It cannot be himself, otherwise Allah is having sex with himself.
Yeah, just like a jinn, because Brother Ahmad told me, like, okay, Allah doesn't begot or begotten, but does he lay eggs like the Iblis? Because Iblis also is not begot and begotten, but he lay eggs.
No, he's an egg. He don't lay eggs, because
the jinn,
if you don't,
the jinn is an egg.
Yeah, he is actually the word Allah. If you look at the screen, if we draw the word Allah is a snake. Allah is a snake, you know. The word Allah is nothing but a snake, you know. This is lah. This is lah. This is the name of Allah. It's a snake. So
yeah, it's like a snake.
Yeah. So Allah don't give birth, and Allah is not born. Well, the egg is not birth and is not born. Egg is an egg. So Allah was an egg and he gave eggs. So he might be a snake, he might be a chicken, he might be whatever. But by saying he don't give birth, he did not change anything. You might be, because there's many creatures, they don't give birth. You know, as an example, if bacteria, they multiply, they don't give birth. Do they? No, they don't. You know, do they have like a surgery and you know, they don't. So what Allah is talking about? So it's possible he is a, you know, his name looked like a snake, and it's possible that he himself is coming from an egg.
Maybe.
Because he is not being born, and he did not give birth. And here, you know, here you notice that Muhammad obviously do not know what does that mean actually, like being born, like he did not have begotten a son. What does that mean? And then, you know, in different verse in the Quran, Muhammad, he contradicted himself. He says, if Allah, he wanted to have a son, he can have one. But you just said, yeah, but you just said, how can he have a son if he don't have a girlfriend? And then he says, but it's not for Allah to have a son. Why? What is the problem exactly? If you have a son, what will happen? You know. But here we can go, and that will make our story longer. You know, we can go where Allah, the Arab, they worship him having 3 daughters. So already Allah have daughters, and actually there's a story of Muhammad. He sent Khalid ibn Walid to kill one of the daughters of Allah. So how the Muslim they deny the existence of the daughters of Allah, and then Muhammad he sent Khalid to kill his daughter, and he killed her. He killed her, you know.
Yeah, it's
Brother Sleepy.
Al-Uzza wa Manat.
Yeah.
Brother Sleepy.
In chapter 19 it
Can I
says,
ask-
it's in chapter 19, I don't know if you can see, chapter 19 verse number 91, it says, they call, they say, they claim that Allah, he have a son. It says, it's not fit for Allah. It shouldn't be for Allah have a son. Why? Give us a reason. He did not give us a reason. Why? What is actually the problem, you know?
Because he doesn't have a wife.
No, but it's not fit. It's not fit. What does that mean?
It's not fit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fit.
It's not worth for Allah. Or
No,
it
it's not
doesn't
fit. Like he is,
appropriate.
if he is a great, is that will make him less than anyone? If he is God, he's God.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So people will stop worshiping him if he have a son. People will laugh at him. People will spit at
Because
him. If you are the creator,
have 3 daughters.
yeah. If you are the creator, you are the creator. Who dare to make fun of you? You know.
So, okay. So, what is the center teaching of Islam? Do you think Islam is refuted Jesus as the Son of God, right? That's the basic teaching of
Muhammad, he
Quran.
said, I am the eraser. I have 5 names.
The eraser.
One of them,
What-
he
what-
is the eraser, and he said he will erase Christianity. So Muhammad is the devil.
Oh,
He want
is
to
that the
erase,
hadith?
huh?
Antichrist.
He is
Muhammad
not
wants
the
to erase
Antichrist, he's
Christianity.
Antichrist. Muhammad is too small to be the Antichrist. Muhammad
Muhammad
is,
said he
is
wants
just
to
an
erase
insect
Christianity?
compared to the Antichrist. Yeah.
Where is that? The hadith or
Yeah, in the height. I will put it for you in the second screen. So he
Muhammad
said,
berkata salah satu namanya adalah penghapus dan dia mau menghapuskan kekristenan, teman-teman.
Wah, bahaya ini.
Let us see.
If we can teach it for 6 hours, doesn't even stop.
Yeah. Well, let me get you this hadith and then you can go. Yeah, he said, I am Muhammad, and I am Ahmad, and I am Al-Mahi. You know?
Al-Mahi.
Al-Mahi, which means the eraser, you know? So his target is to erase Christianity. And different verse, he make it clearly, it's about erasing Christianity. And this is can be found in many hadith actually, like Sahih Muslim hadith number 2354, Muslim 2354b, 4a, Sahih al-Bukhari, and not only that, Muhammad actually he claimed to be God in this hadith. He claimed وَأَنَا الْحَاشِرُ. This is one of the names of Allah. Al-Hashir is the one who collect people in the day of resurrection. So Muhammad he claimed that he is the Hashir. He is Allah. And then he said, I am the one who people will be gathered by my foot.
Yeah, he says he obliterates the kafar. And I am al-Hashir, the gatherer at whose feet the people will be gathered on the day of the resurrection. And I am al-Aqib, who succeed the other prophets from bringing about truth.
I am the one who people will be gathered by my foot.
Yeah. I know that the name of Muhammad is also the name of Allah. So
Yeah, the praise one, you know, the praise one. Yeah, the praised
Not,
one,
not only that,
the praised one.
our Akir is also the name of Muhammad.
Yeah.
Bu Yulia, the mute Bu Yulia. Bu Yulia.
And actually, this hadith proved that Muhammad is his name is not Muhammad, because the Quran say and the hadith says, I am Ahmad, I am Muhammad. You cannot be both.
So, okay, it's a title, yeah.
You know how your name is
Okay,
Ahmad.
his real name is Khatam, right? With Alpha D and Brother Rob Christian says name is Khatam.
His name is Qatam. Yeah, it's in my book.
Yes, it's in your book also. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But his father name is Abdullah, not Abdullah.
Abdul name is, yeah, Abdullah, and this is additional proof that Allah is nothing but a pagan god, because Muhammad, he says, my father and your father in hellfire. To whom? To other Muslim. So Abi wa abuka fi nar. My father, why he will be in he worship Allah. He's a pagan. Worshipping Allah is part of paganism. The mushrikeen is people who worship Allah and they worship with Allah other idols, but the main God for them is Allah. So the idols is to get close to Allah, not the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, we talk about it with Brother Ahmed. Like Muhammad has a statue idols in front of his house, and Muhammad still worshipped the idols even when he was a prophet. Yeah, we talk about it. But I want to know more about it. Okay.
I will show you this hadith before we go. Just before we go, Abi wa abuka fi nar, and this is Sahih al-Albani, Sunan Abu Dawood, and this is can be even in Ibn Majah. So Abi wa abuka fi nar. A man asked, where is my father, Messenger of Allah? Obviously he's a Muslim. He replied, your father in hell is in hell. When he turned his back, he said, my father and your father in hell. You know?
Yeah, there are so many interpretation about this. Father doesn't mean father, like it means this is uncle.
No. His father, it doesn't have any type. Father is father. That's it.
Yeah.
No, the Quran even forbid Muslim from calling somebody father if he is not their father.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's forbidden. And adoption is forbidden. Just because Muhammad, he wanted to have sex with Zainab, you know. So they cannot use the word father except to this person who is really their father. And the man, he asked him about my father. So it's so clear, he did not say my uncle. Arabic is Arabic, you know. He can say my uncle. Why do you want to say my father? So he said my father, and Muhammad, he confirmed that your father and my, and actually all the Muslims agree that Muhammad's father is a pagan, and his mother too.
Yes,
and his uncle, even the uncle he grew in his house, he is a pagan too, and he refused to convert to Islam.
Abdul Muttalib,
yeah. All his family are. This is why even their names is the slaves of the of idols. You know, Abdul Munaf, Abdul Uzza, Abdul Muttalib. Al Muttalib is, you know, Al Muttalib is one of the names of the idols too. Abdul Munaf, Abdul Uzza, all those are names of idols. All the family of Muhammad are pagans, and that's why when Muslims, you know, there's a guy, his name is Sheikh Uthman. He said in the video, and we play it from time to time, he said Muhammad is not Abrahamic because Quraysh was pagan. He is not Abrahamic. So, and he said the truth. You know, finally a Muslim saying the truth. And this is actually proof that when this guy, he called us, he says that the Jews and the Muslim, they believe in the same God. Well, in order to believe in the same God, then you have to have the God of Abraham, you know, and Muhammad is not Abrahamic. And the Jews, they believe that those who they are not from the children of Abraham, they are Gomai, they are pagan, they are outsider.
Ya, jadi keluarganya Muhammad ini orang-orang penyembah berhala ya. Abdul Muttalib itu nama salah satu dewa di Ka'bah itu. Abdul Manaf, Abdul Uzza. Jadi ini dari keluarga pagan, dan salah satu syekh mengatakan Muhammad ini bukan agama Abrahamik karena orang Quraisy itu para pagan ya, para penyembah berhala.
Well, when somebody he says, if somebody says he is not talking about his father, prove it. Go ahead. You
It's
see,
a tough, it's
here
a
we
tough thing, right? So
here we welcome evidence.
yeah, just like there are two contradiction about this. Like one big ustaz in Indonesia say, a father is a father. You cannot say it's uncle. So we have to accept the hadith the way it is. It's a sahih hadith. So we have to accept that the father and the mother of Muhammad is in hell. Just same like Abraham, because Abraham's father is in hell. Abraham's father is also a pagan. He said like, so we have to accept the hadith the way it is. But another ustaz say no, because like God will not judge the people because they never sent the messenger before Islam to the Quraysh, so they have to spare the father and the mother
Well,
of Muhammad
okay,
because yeah,
but this guy is just as stupid, because the Muslim, they say that Abraham and Ishmael, they were in Mecca before Muhammad. So how they can be spared from the judgment and the punishment and the penalty of worshiping someone beside Allah? Secondly, if those people, they do not know, and that's why we spare them, so how his name became Abdullah? How he knew
yeah,
about Allah? And why those pagan people worship Allah? You see, those are Arab, they are not the Jews, they are not the Christians, and they are worshiping a
yeah.
God, his name is Allah. So how Allah
That
came to them?
Muslims all agree that the pagan Quraysh they worship Allah, but alongside with Allah they worship other idols also. So they know that Allah is the God, pre-Islamic God,
You know,
especially.
the Quran confirm. The Muslim, they say that Abraham and Ishmael was in Mecca, correct?
Yes,
But the
they say
Quran
Abraham and
says,
Ismail built the
yeah,
Kaaba.
yeah, but the Quran says that before Muhammad, nobody came to
Was
Mecca.
sent,
You
yeah,
know,
sent to the people of Quraysh.
yeah, no messenger came before him, no messenger or even a warner. So this is why we say the Quran is a very funny book. We will not bring a guy who say, oh, there was, I show you a video, I will give you a proof reference. You don't tell me a rabbi say. Here we go. Chapter 43, verse number 23, 43, 23. It says, and we never sent before you, Muhammad, any single.
Messenger, yeah.
Oh, sorry, this is not the. Actually, this one here is more stupid. You know, Allah want to destroy the verse. I got the wrong verse. Sorry. من قبلك من نذير. Let's go. Yes, it's a different verse. Hold on. Yeah, we never sent before you, Muhammad, any warner. You know. So the Quran says, chapter 26, verse number 115. I am just a warner. Okay, so are you a prophet? The Muslim, they are very funny. They say he is a prophet and he's a messenger. It says here, I am just a warner. And then we go in the Quran. It says, let us see here, which verse will. I'm just trying to show you some. Here we go. Let us go to chapter of Saba. Better than going here. And then what the Muslim, they will say they have no answer. We go to chapter Saba, verse number 44. كتب يدرسونها. I don't know if you can read it in your language. It says, and we never send them, we never gave them books to study before, and we never sent before you any warner.
Let me read it. Ya, dan kami tidak pernah memberikan kepada mereka kitab-kitab yang mereka baca. Dan sekali-kali tidak pernah pula mengutus kepada mereka sebelum kamu seorang pemberi peringatan. Ya.
And not
we
only
don't
that,
give them the books.
we
So
never send you a book. So
Never send you a book.
so the Muslim, they lie when they say Muhammad was Abrahamic, because to be Abrahamic you have to have the book of Abraham.
Yeah, yeah, this is the confusing one. It's like the Torah, the Angel were sent.
Yeah, and they are there actually. Isn't it the same hadith we saw that Waraqa was translating the gospel?
Yes,
He's writing a
because
gospel.
yeah,
So how they didn't have did not have a book, and how they did not receive? Waraqa is relative to Muhammad. I believe he is his father, but according to the hadith, he is relative to Muhammad and to Khadija. So how he is a person who become a Nasara, and he is writing the gospel in Arabic, and now we never send them. So and not only that, the
but
Quran.
Brother Sipi, Abu Zakaria said to me that the father of Muhammad could be Bukhaira. Yeah, maybe Bukhaira
For
or
me, I believe it is Waraqa, because Buhaira is in a different territory, and I will not be convinced with
far
Buhaira.
away.
Yeah,
Far away.
Waraqa. If you have my book, Six on Allah, you will find that Waraqa, he sent his sister, and she offered Muhammad's father 100 camel to sleep with her. When she
Yeah, I
offered
read
him,
that.
she offered him that when he was going to sleep with the mother of Muhammad. And obviously, the father of Muhammad, by this story, he was a jigalo. You know, he got paid for sex. Yeah, because why women
Yeah.
she would offer him that? And then he went to Amina, and he had sex with her. You know, he slept with her,
Yes,
and then he
yes,
came
yes.
back to Waraqa's sister, and then she said, "Now I don't need you." So I think Waraqa, he sent his sister to tempt the father of Muhammad, so he will not sleep with his girlfriend, the mother of Muhammad. And later, obviously, and Muhammad was born 4 years after his father's death. So who is the father?
Yeah.
Obviously, the father
Yes.
for sure is not Abdullah. If it is Waraqa or not, that will not change the fact.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, but I believe that because whenever Muhammad is lost, you find him with Waraqa, even when he was a child, you know. So there is a relationship, obviously, and Muhammad, he tried to commit suicide when Waraqa, he died. And this is
Yeah, I
telling you
think you're
there is something special.
you're
I
more
mean,
reasonable.
why would anyone want to commit suicide? And even the inspiration of God stopped because Waraqa died.
Yeah.
And this verse in
Yeah,
front of
yeah,
us is
it-
very important for all Christians to remember, because it says clearly that we did not give you any book. But if Abraham, he came, Abraham is a prophet of God, and the Quran says, Suhufu Ibrahim.
Yeah, Abraham have like scrolls of
The
books.
scroll of Abraham and Moses. And as long Muhammad, he lived between the Jews, so the Jews, they have books too. They have the Torah, and Muhammad, even he took an oath in it. So Moses and Abraham, their books is already in the Arabian Peninsula, yet Muhammad claimed in the Quran that Allah before him, he never sent a messenger, which
Any
mean
books.
Abraham never been there, and they never sent books, which mean those people, they have nothing to do with the God of Abraham. Because how they will learn about the God of Abraham if no warner and no books was given to them about Abraham God? They are pagan. That's why they are
Yeah.
worshiping Allah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
in one more question to the Muhammadan, why Abraham did not stay there? And why the Jews never said Abraham was in Mecca? Like, aren't you saying to me a rabbi, he say? Ask him, did Abraham go to Mecca? Did Abraham build the Kaaba? So either the story is true, and then you have the same God. If you have the same God, well, they should have the same story.
Yes, that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that too.
All right, sister. Well, I'm happy to have you
Okay.
all, and I hope the Indonesian, they have a good time. And please invite
we're gonna have-
every ustad in Indonesia, if they have the courage, call me, and don't be child and say to me, watch this video. We will laugh at you. And don't lie and say the God of the Jews don't have a spirit. We got you busted. We showed you from the same rabbi, you mentioned his name, that yes, the God of the Jews has a spirit. And don't tell me that there's a Christian priest and there's a Jewish rabbi, they say we have the same God. We laugh at those people. You are debating me, not them. You go ask them why they say that. So when you talk to me, you have to give me a proof, not say someone say. I can show you the newspaper saying Muhammad was the best of mankind. According to me, he is the best child molester. Can you prove me wrong? So you don't tell me an article of somebody saying something. You have to prove it. Muhammad is the best of
Okay.
mankind. Prove it. Muhammad was a prophet. Prove it. Muhammad is sent by God. Prove it. Don't tell me he said and she said. Shame on you.
Yeah.
That is not a way to prove something. You fail.
Okay.
And then when you say in the Indonesian translation saying God has no spirit, I doubt that there is one single translation in any language in the world. It says that translating the gospel and the Torah and the Old Testament in general, saying that God has no spirit. You are a liar. You have no shame. You know, the rabbi said that Uzair is son of Allah. And then when we check, not a single rabbi believe in such a garbage. And this rabbi asked him, do you have a son? Do you believe in someone his name is Uzair? He will say no.
Who is Uzair anyway? Nobody knows who is Uzair.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You want to translate to them? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all Indonesian.
Terima kasih, Sukron, to all Indonesian.
And we appreciate you. And I hope I was able to help you to understand how stupid Islam is.
Ya, saya akan bantu Anda untuk memahami bagaimana bodohnya agama Islam ini.
And trust me, if Muhammad was a good man, at least his God in his fiction story, he will keep him alive, not Jesus.
Ya, jadi kalau benar-benar Allah yang disembah Muhammad ini adalah Allah yang hidup, maka sampai sekarang ini Muhammad pasti diangkat dan tidak akan mati, sama seperti Yesus. Ya, Yesus bangkit dan tidak mati sampai sekarang.
Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead, and the Muslims are dead, they bury Muhammad.
Yesus berkata, biarlah orang mati menguburkan orang mati, dan biarlah para Muslim menguburkan Muhammad yang sudah mati.
And the Messiah is the living God, and he said, whoever believe in me and die, he will live. So the Messiah is the living God. As we speak, he is alive, Muhammad is dead, and he is dust.
Jadi sampai sekarang Yesus berkata, dia bangkit, akulah kebangkitan dan hidup, dan kita percaya kepada Yesus yang adalah Allah yang bangkit dari antara orang mati. Yesus berkata, barang siapa percaya kepadaku, dia tidak akan mati. Kita yang sekarang ini sampai sekarang ini, ketika kita sedang berkata-kata, Yesus Allah yang hidup.
So why we will follow the dead Muhammad and leave the living Christ?
Jadi kenapa kita harus mengikuti Muhammad yang sekarang ini ada di kuburan yang mati, teman-teman? Kita harus mengikuti Yesus yang masih hidup sampai sekarang ini.
And as long all the prophets, all the prophet they died, how come the Messiah is not?
Semua nabi-nabi mati, bagaimana mungkin Mesias sampai sekarang masih bisa hidup? Because he's God.
So Muhammad, he got himself busted. And thank you very much.
Ya, oke. Terima kasih, Sukron untuk semua orang Indonesia, dan kita tunggu ya, Sofia dan Christian Prince akan menjawab Anda tentang Christianity and Islam.
All right, take care.
Check.
Okay, so it's over.
All right, guys.
Okay, guys. Like, share, and comment below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. See you soon.